Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your weekly forecast for September 9th through the 15th. We got a full moon coming up this week. We're going to see what's coming up for our Sagittarius friends, sun, moon, and rising. We're going to use this tarot deck here for your weekly messages, and then we're going to pull a weekly spirit message, full moon message from this moon deck here. So we're going to go ahead and jump right on in. And as always, guys, be sure to watch your moon sign and rising sign videos as well. Some weeks they may resonate with you more than others. They might add a little extra information. And those of you who are curious about which cards I'm using, I always have the card info in the description of the deck as well. Those of you who are like me, who are just really into all the cards. All right, let's see. Let's get your Monday, Tuesday, Sagittarius. Nothing's wanting to come out yet. There's your Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday, Thursday. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Alrighty. Oh my goodness, you guys saw me shuffle. You saw me shuffle. This is like the stalker card. Okay, it came up for Virgo, it came up for Taurus, it came up for Scorpio. So far, for every single sign that I've done, I've gotten this card come up in some part of the week. Now, some of you are already like in this little wheelhouse of sun, moon, and rising. So it's repeating for a lot of you. Like, oh my goodness, this card just came up in all of my readings. What does I have in Sagittarius? I can't remember what I have in Sagittarius. It might be my Mercury. I think it's my Mercury. My Mercury is in Sagittarius. But yeah, you might have this coming up for you guys in your moon or in your rising. But this seems to be like a collective energy card. I have a feeling I'm going to see it a few more times as I'm doing the weekly forecasts. So in traditional tarot, this would be called the Fool card. Okay, and so Sagittarius, I feel like for a lot of you, it's interesting because this card came up for Scorpio, and when it came up for them, I got like this feeling of like, you know, emerging, like to be seen or to like step into life path, but I got it more with like a little bit of a reluctance or a vulnerability, like feeling a little naked, feeling a little like unsure or uneasy, but like, okay, it's time I'm coming out of my shell. But I don't get that vulnerability or that timidness from you, Sagittarius. I feel like you're like owning it, like you're basking in your glory, like, yes, honey, look at me, you know, like you don't have, or I'm not picking up a sense of vulnerability. I think Sagittarius, a lot of you have had such a rough patch for so long that you're ready to go. Like you're ready to hit the ground running. You're like, oh, the energy is shifting. The doors are opening up for me. Like I am ready for my moment in that light. I am ready for my moment to bask in this time. So I'm not getting or feeling a sense of vulnerability or timidness for you in looking at this card. The Lotus is also really jumping out at me. So I do feel, Sagittarius, that a lot of you are going through some kind of significant awakening. I do feel some of you might be beginning to be more interested or gearing more towards the Eastern philosophies, like the whole Zen thing or the yoga stuff, or like you might kind of be gravitating towards that type of spirituality or that like set of belief system. And so you may be doing something like that. Some of you might be like, oh, I'm going to go get certified and be a yoga teacher, or I'm going to go on some yoga retreat, or I'm going to start doing yoga, or I'm going to start doing meditation. And so I just feel like there's this whole kind of like Zen thing that a lot of Sagittarius may be tempted to adapt in the beginning part of the week as a part of their journey and as part of their process. I do feel that for some of you, something is happening where you are wanting to put together some kind of like get together outdoors, like being in nature, but it feels to me like a spiritual getting together. So it could be a meditation circle that you're wanting to do like out in a field somewhere, or like if you live in like a nature or like woodsy kind of area, or if you have like a woodsy kind of backyard or something, you may be having a small circle of people where you're getting together and you're doing something. Like maybe you might be getting ready, you might be planning something for this full moon, doing like a what would they call a fire circle or something. But I do feel like a lot of you are going to be gearing towards more of the Zen type Eastern philosophy. So maybe you're getting a small group together and doing meditation or doing yoga or things of that nature. Some of you, you're taking the lead in doing this, and then it's becoming, or it's turning into some kind of a movement over time where you might have a following. I am feeling that for some of you Sagittarius, but overall for the majority of you, this is just a new beginning, a leap of faith in a new direction. Your Wednesday, Thursday is Knight of Stars. And now this is interesting because this is listed as adventurer. Our keyword for Knight of Stars is adventurer. And if we looked at traditional tarot, Knight of Stars would be Knight of Pentacles. And those of us who are familiar with tarot, we might not think Knight of Pentacles as, oh, that's the adventurer. We might think of Knight of Cups or Knight of Wands as an adventurer. But the creator of this deck has Knight of Stars or Knight of Pentacles listed as the adventurer. The thing about Knight of Stars or Knight of Pentacles is that it's going to be the slowest moving knight in the tarot. He's not going to be cooking with gas, as they used to say back in the day. He's going to be moving really slow, but he's thorough and he's accurate, and it's one foot in front of the other, and it's, making things happen that are going to be long lasting, that are going to work out, that are going to be beneficial. So Sagittarius, I feel like this is coming up, and Spirit is saying that it's going to be a good time for you to try to adapt some earth energy. So if you have earth in your moon or in your rising, midweek is going to be a good time to get in touch with that. Or if you just want to just connect with the earth, like, we have the thing with being outdoors for some of you. Maybe some of you are getting into like crystals or doing something with grounding, like grounding yourself or just coming into earth energy. Because I feel like as you're building, maybe in the past, whatever you built or whatever you tried to do or whatever changes you tried to make, you may have leapt into them too headfirst and too fast. Because you've already got the Fool or the beginning coming up for you in the first part of the week. And Spirit is saying, look, you have this dream for a reason. You're meant to succeed at it. You're meant to see it happen. But slow down there. Take it easy there, partner. Like, just slow down for a moment. And so you're being encouraged to adapt that Knight of Stars energy. You can still have the adventure. You can still go out in this new direction. You can still have fun. But be a little bit more grounded. Be a little bit more present. Practice mindfulness. Practice being present. Practice, being in that earth energy and just taking it one day at a time, one foot in front of another. Remind yourself this is not a race, okay? The goal here is to get it done and to make it last, not to hurry up and to, just rush through it and have everything be very flimsy or not solid. So I do feel a lot of you are building something very significant in terms of business or career or just the way that you're setting up your life. And Spirit is saying it's better to go slow, take your time, be thorough, and be accurate than to go blowing or rushing through this, okay? So that is something you're being asked to work on, okay? And what's jumping out at me too is like, oopsie, I need to not poke my cards so hard. Sorry, Sagittarius. What's jumping out at me here are like the little flowers that are like kind of like coming up the throat. So this is making me think of the throat chakra. And so I feel like Spirit is also saying, think before you speak, but definitely speak. Okay, Sagittarius, maybe this is something that's been an issue for you in the past where you haven't been able to get that balance, where you're like, oh man, I just kind of pop off and then things get worse and I regret it, so I'm going to learn to hold my tongue. I'm going to learn to bite my tongue. And then you go to the other extreme where you push down too much. Spirit is saying midweek, express yourself, but think before you speak. And speak in a way where you can say something constructively, right? Speak something in a way where you can bring about positive change so that it's not just like a negative critique or it's not just you kind of clapping back at somebody, but it's constructive and it's bringing about positive change while allowing you to express yourself and while allowing you to speak your truth. This is going to help you do much more building than you realize in whatever projects you have going on as well. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you have the ego, and this came up for Taurus as well. So some of you may have Taurus in your moon or in your rising. You may be dealing with a crossroads with a Taurus, but this is not necessarily. This is definitely what we call in traditional tarot the Tower, okay? Some of you may be having a Tower moment, but keep in mind if you are, it's happening because it's time for you to jump in. It's time for you to go in a new direction. So if you are finding yourself having a pleasant Tower moment, like a big job offer or moving away or finding out you're going to have a baby or something like that, you know, embrace it, be happy about it. Know that if you weren't ready for it, it wouldn't be happening now. For other ones of you, you know, maybe you're not having the Tower moment right this weekend, but it might be clear to you that it's time to make a change. It's time to make a leap. And if you don't, then you're going to be met with some kind of a Tower moment. Okay, so it's going to be different for different ones of you. But I really feel, Sagittarius, like there's something that maybe you've been holding on to, even though some new opportunity has come in and you think you're going to be able to hold on to both of them. Like, oh, I'm not going to move out of this place, I'll hold on to it. Or, oh, I'm not going to quit that job just yet. You know, let me get settled into the new thing and then I'll make it happen. But I feel like something is going to happen where that thing you keep procrastinating, letting go, you're going to find you don't have it anymore. Okay, and if that happens, don't be upset. Don't get hurt. Don't get angry. Understand that it's happening in your best interest. It's happening to clear room for you and to remove what no longer serves you. Let's go ahead and take a look at your moon message for the week, Sagittarius. Oh, wow. This is crazy. You got the same cards as Taurus almost. Some of you are dealing with a Taurus, or you've got strong Taurus in your moon or in your rising. Okay? This is crazy to me. Crazy to me. Because they got the same card at the end of the week as you guys did. And they got this card for their spirit message. And so it was just basically, look, if you don't take action, you're going to have that Tower moment. And 15 is the card of the devil in traditional tarot. And devil is the fear of moving forward. Like, you know, keeping ourselves in a bubble, keeping ourselves trapped. And if you don't come out of that, you're going to have all of it collapse so that it can't hold you anymore. Okay? You've got this full moon here. You're going to be really feeling that full moon energy. Okay, so there's this action coming in that you're being required to take. And some of you, I didn't get this for Taurus, but I am getting it for you. And maybe it came up last week. Yeah, I don't know. It came up for one of the signs, but I'm getting it again here this week for you guys. About moving. You need to move. You just need to move to shift your energy. You've got a lot of just restless energy that might be feeling like crankiness or anger for some of you. You got to get the you know, like we tell little kids, like, get the jitters out. Like when I used to teach preschool, in the morning we'd get the kids just kind of shaking out all the wiggles so that they can just get it out of their system and be chill, you know, calm the rest of the time in the classroom. So you need to get your jitters out. You need to get your wiggles out, Sagittarius. So, you know, but I don't think exercise is going to, I mean, you can still exercise. Please exercise if you're exercising. Don't cut it out. But I feel exercise might be getting you like more amped up. Like, yeah, beast mode. Oh, you know? And so this is more just kind of like that calmer movement. Like that, just that release, like being in that zen, like the grace of the ballerina, or just kind of the shifting, you know, your weight from one side to the other, almost like a stretching or like a release. You need to have movement in that way. Okay, my dears, be sure to watch your moon sign and rising sign videos. You may need a private reading. I'm more than happy to do that for you. If you want to click on the Calendly link in the description of this video, you can go ahead and schedule a private reading there. And if you want more of a love reading, I don't get too much in love in the weekly forecast, but if you click on the link to the love videos in the description of the video, you'll be able to check out the love videos there. All right, my dears, I thank you so much for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, and I'm wishing you a fabulous week ahead.